Today we're going to be doing some EOG practice since we're reviewing story elements. We have a story today that we are going to look at. These questions cover our literature standards for 6th grade. The passage is How the Butterflies Came to Be, and this, in fact, is a legend. So let's read this story together. Long ago, not long after Earthmaker shaped the world out of dirt and sweat he scraped from his skin, Latoy, our elder brother, was walking about. It was just after the time of year when the rains come. There were flowers blooming all around him as he walked. The leaves of the trees were green and bright. He came to a village, and there he saw the children playing. It made his heart glad to see the children happy and playing. Then he became sad. He thought of how those children would grow old and weaken and die. That was the way it was made to be. The red and yellow and white and blue of the flowers would fade. The leaves would fall from the trees. The days would grow short and the nights would be cold. A wind brushed past elder brother, making some fallen yellow leaves dance in the sunlight. Then an idea came to him. I will make something, elder brother said. It will make the hearts of the children dance, and it will make my own heart glad again. Then Latoy took a bag and placed in it the bright colored flowers and the fallen leaves. He placed many things in that bag. He placed yellow pollen and white cornmeal and green pine needles in that bag, and caught some of the shining gold of the sunlight and placed it in there as well. There were birds singing around him, and he took some of their songs and put them in the bag too. Come here, elder brother called to the children. Come here, I have something here for you. The children came to him, and he handed them his bag. Open this up, he said. The children opened elder brother's bag, and out of it flew the first butterflies. Their wings were bright as sunlight and held all the colors of the flowers and the leaves, the cornmeal, the pollen, and the green pine needles. They were red and gold and black and yellow and blue and green and white. They looked like flowers dancing in the wind. They flew about the heads of the children, and the children laughed. As those first butterflies flew, they sang, and the children listened. But as the children listened to the singing butterflies, the songbirds came to elder brother. Latoy, the songbird said, those songs were given to us. It is fine that you have given those new creatures all the brightest colors, but it is not right that they should also have our songs. Ah, elder brother said, you speak truly. The songs belong to you and not to the butterflies. So it is to this day, though they dance as they fly, the butterflies are silent. But still, when the children see them brightly dancing in the wind, their hearts are glad. That is how elder brother meant it to be. So now we're going to look down at the questions, and we're going to look at how we're going to answer each of these questions together. Okay, question number 1. What is the main purpose of this selection? So this is, why did the author write this? So we can look in several places for this. The first place we'll see it is in the title, How the Butterflies Came to Be. That gives us an idea of what it's going to be about, but it also tells us maybe why he wrote it. All right? And if we continue to look, we can look at the ending of the story where it says, so it is to this day that they dance as they fly, the butterflies are silent. Okay, and it tells you what the story was about as sort of a little conclusion. So we're going to look at our answer choices. Now I want you to look at number 1 and see if you can find the purpose for this selection. Why did the author write it? What was he trying to tell you? Okay, the correct answer is D, to explain why butterflies were created. That was in our title. Now, they did try to trick you here to tell how the world was created. They're talking about creation. They're not really talking about the power, his powers. But they did describe what the butterflies were like, but that wasn't the reason for it. The reason was they were trying to explain why they were created. Number 2, what does the first paragraph include? Okay, we're going to go up to the first paragraph. And let's look at that again. As we look back at the first paragraph, we're going to not reread the whole thing. We're going to skim it and scan it to see what items they have in the first paragraph. They talked about the earth maker and Latoy, who was the elder brother, that he was walking and sawing all the flowers and leaves. Okay. Then he came to a village with children, and he was happy to see the children, but then he was sad because he knew those children were just going to grow old, weak, and die. Right? That's what we see in the first paragraph. Now let's go to our questions and look for an answer that talks about this. So A says information about how the butterflies were created. They didn't say anything about butterflies there. Information about why the children liked butterflies. They didn't talk about why children liked butterflies at all. Information about how elder brother changed the children. He didn't change anybody then. And information about why elder brother decided to create the butterflies. And that is our answer, because when we look back at the story, it talks about his why he created butterflies. It was because he was sad because of how the children, he thought about all those happy children growing old and dying someday. So our answer for number 2 is D. Number 3, what made elder brother saddest? Okay, we're going to think what made him sad. We're going to go back to paragraph 1 for this. And we're going to skim for the word sad. All right, here it is. I see the word sad right in the middle. Then he became sad. He thought of how those children would grow old and weak and die. Okay, let's look back. Look for our answer that works. Leaves falling from the trees. That didn't have it. The color of flowers fading. That's not what he said. The idea of children getting old. He did talk about how it made him sad that the children were going to get old and die. And then D, the village of butterflies. So our best answer is C, the idea of children getting old. Let's look at question 4. Based on the selection, why did elder brother make butterflies? Okay. Well, let's go back up to our story. And this time, we're going to look down here at paragraph 3. It says, I will make something, elder brother said. It will make the hearts of the children dance and will make my own heart glad again. Question 4. So why did he make the butterflies? Look at those choices that match what we just read. If you look, the only one that makes sense is B, to please the children. He talked about making the children, the exact words, it will make the hearts of the children dance. That means that they're going to be happy, right? To please them. They didn't talk about being companions for birds, about the nature, or to decorate the sky. Those weren't talked about at all. Okay, number 5. What is true about materials elder brother used to create butterflies? So we want to know what materials he used. So we're going to go back up to, let's look at paragraph 4. So we're going to look at the items he placed in the bag. I see bright colored flowers, leaves, yellow pollen, white cornmeal, green pine needles, gold of the sunlight, and the songs of the birds. Okay. So A says they are from the natural world. Natural, meaning nature. That is a good possibility. B, they are all bright flowers. That's not true. He put more things in there than flowers. He put leaves and sunlight and pollen. C, they are all fallen leaves. No, once again, he put more than just leaves in there. D, they are from the songbird's feathers. Only one of the things were the songbirds, but he didn't even talk about the feathers of the songbirds. So my only answer that makes sense is A, that they are from the natural world. Number 6, how did the songbirds behave toward elder brother when they tried to get their songs back? That's toward the end of the story. So we're going to look down at paragraph 10, okay, where we see the songbirds again. Latoy, the songbird, said, "These songs were given to us. It is fine that you have given these new creatures all the brightest colors, but it is not right that you should also have our songs." So here it sounds like they're simply talking to him about it. I don't see the songbirds yelling or screaming or getting mad or angry and yelling. I don't see any of that. So let's look back for an answer that matches. A says they got angry. B says they began to cry. C, they were humorous, which means funny. D, they were reasonable. Of those choices, I think D, being reasonable. They were reasonable and talked to him about it to get what they wanted. Let's move on to number 7. Number 7 says, what happened when elder brother took song away from the butterflies? All right, so let's look back up. At the very end, he said they were right, and he said the songs belong to you and not the butterflies. So let's look at the next paragraph. So it is to this day, though they dance as they fly, the butterflies are silent. So that means they're still dancing or flying through the sky, but they're silent. They're not making any noise. Let's look back at number 7 and find our answer choice. A, the butterflies stopped liking the children. They didn't say anything about that. B, the butterflies became sad. They didn't talk about how they were feeling. C, the butterflies continued to dance. I think that's an option because they said they were dancing. And D, the children liked the butterflies even more. They didn't talk anything about the children liking them more. So I think our best answer choice would be C, the butterflies continued to dance. They were just silent. They weren't making any noise. Question number 8. Which statement about elder brother is most clearly supported by the selection? So for number 8, we're going to look at a couple paragraphs. Right? We're going to look at paragraphs at the very beginning and the very end. All right. They talked about, here it is, Latoy, our elder brother, was walking about, right? It talks about here where he came to a village. He saw children playing. His heart was glad to see them happy. Then he became sad. He thought how they would grow old, right? And that made him sad. Then we're going to look down here. To paragraph number 12. At the end, that is how elder brother meant it to be, that they were dancing through the sky and being silent. Let's look if that gives us any answers. Let's look at our answer choices. We said he was the son of Mother Earth. B, he was concerned about children. C, he created the world from his own skin. Or D, he liked beautiful butterflies than birds. When we look at the 2 paragraphs that we just read, he doesn't say he was the son of Earthmaker. It doesn't say that he created the world from his own skin. And he didn't like butterflies better than birds. They didn't say anything about that. But they did talk about his concern for children and them being happy. So our best answer choice is B. And number 9 is a different kind of question. You probably won't see these on the test, but it's a good thing to learn how to do these. Based on the information in the selection, which of the following relationships is most similar to the relationship below? So we have butterflies with a colon and dance. So this is an analogy where we took these 2 and look for the answer choice that matched the same relationship. So butterflies dance. That's what they do, right? So we're going to look for the answer choice that shows the same relationship as the first one does the action of the second. So butterflies dance. So which one has an item and the action that they do? When you look at A, gold to sunlight. Sunlight isn't an action. Flowers to leaves. Leaves is an action. Birds sing. Sing is an action that birds do. That seems like it fits. Children is to happy. It's not an action. It's kind of their feelings. So our best choice is C, that birds sing the same way that butterflies dance. So today you're going to be working on a short story, and you're going to be answering questions by going back just the way I did and looking for your text evidence that will help you to answer the questions.